Welcome back to my Trailblazer Reloaded series, episode 8. At the end of the last episode, I finally got myself the Bow of Faradinin, weapon number 2 out of my 6 dream ranged weapons for this league. Today, I want to continue filling out that list, and I think one of the easiest ranged weapons I can go for is the Toxic Blowpipe from Zulrah. Alrighty, just got done with this Kurask task, and honestly, I kind of forgot how good these are for Iron Man. Okay, I'm gonna equip this. That's not points apparently. Alright, well this has got to be points. Didn't get the Battle Axe unfortunately. But honestly, I got so many different herb seeds, which would be nicer if I had more herb patches. But what's really cool here is actually, if I check this herb pouch, you can see that they just drop a lot of herbs. I completely forgot they drop 3 at a time, so this is probably my best method for actually gathering herbs going forward. Good to know about. Well, 28 seconds, new personal best. This Bow of Faradinin is really tearing up at Zulrah. Well, not quite the loot beam item I was hoping to see at Zulrah, but I actually don't think I have any use for this, like regen... Oop! I actually don't think I have any real use for this, like regen bracelet I don't really need, I'm not using melee. And I want to keep my health low to use my Berserker relic, so... I don't know, maybe an alch, maybe I sell it for a talk cool. What I would really love to see is either a Serpentine Helm or of course a Toxic Blowpipe. For this, what are the odds that 2 kills in a row I get the exact same drops? 263 Zulrah scales, 35 U-logs, and 50 mahogany logs. That's pretty funny. Yeah, also I will say I'm now pretty consistently getting like sub 30-second kills, so this is going incredibly quickly. Oh, there it is, beautiful. An excellent item to get early on, the Serpentine Visage. I can craft it into a Serpentine Helm and that will give me Venom immunity, but honestly I think I would rather just keep the Crystal Helm, to be honest, because Venom isn't really a huge issue right now since I usually kill Zulrah before I even get Venomed, and I do have these anti-Venoms now. Well, if it isn't back-to-back rare drops, which means that in 41 KC I have gotten 3 out of the 4 rare Zulrah drops, and none of the 3 are the Toxic Blowpipe. Let's hope this does not harken back to getting all the rare drops at Basilisks, except for the Basilisk Jaw. Oh! 48 KC and 4 rares. Even considering 5 times drop rate, that's extremely lucky. Okay, if that's not a personal best, I don't know what is. Yeah, 22 seconds. Oh my. I think it'll be tough to get it any lower than that, to be honest. Oh no, I think it has begun. I think it has begun yet again of getting lucky in all the wrong ways. That's 2 Serpentine Visages, 2 Magic Fangs, 1 Uncut Onyx, and 0 Toxic Blowpipes. This might actually be even faster than 22 seconds. Oh no, it's not. Man, 25 whole seconds for a Zulrah kill, that's so slow. Alright, I think this will definitely beat 22 seconds. It has to. Yes, it does. 20 seconds flat. Can we go any lower? Oh my, I almost killed Zulrah in the first phase. Oh, that has to be a record. 17 seconds! Oh, I could have been even faster than that. These numbers that you can get in leagues are just absurd. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful looking Tanzanite Fang on the ground. I'm very excited to try out this 1-tick blowpipe, but first, I only have one thing left to do to finish the Zulrah combat achievements, and that is get 150 KC, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to claim all the points that I get from this boss. Okay, it has to be said, I've been extremely spooned at not only Zulrah now, but also at Corrupted Gauntlet. My league's luck has overall, barring the whole Basilisk Knight thing, it's been really good. I'm very pleased with it. Well, I was very concerned about going dry for this Tanzanite Fang, but the game just wants to reassure me that it was never going to be a problem. It was always going to give me a Tanzanite Fang. I didn't have to worry about that. And with that, that's going to be 150 Zulrah KC, and all of the Zulrah combat achievements completed. Oh, and it's actually a separate leagues task too, so 2 elite tasks for 400 points. Time to head to the bank and take a look at the loot. Alrighty, so here is the most important loot that I found. There's still some smithing supplies in the bank. I don't really care too much about that. There's some herb seeds. Don't really care too much about that. Funnily enough, the first rare item I got was the Onyx, and the last rare item I got was the Tanzanite Fang, but the item that I ended up getting the most of are the Fangs, and the item that I ended up getting the least of are the Onyxes. Which is just as well because it is the least useful one. A bunch of scales, and even more when I disassemble some of these. Mahogany logs, lots of construction XP, use, either fletching or fire making, we'll see. Honestly, the things I'm most happy about here are all of these tree seeds. This is going to be so much farming XP, which is really what I was worried about. And now looking at that, not so much. Pure Essence, definitely enough for 99 rune crafting now. Some Prayer XP. Lots of herb lore XP here as well with these herbs, but also these antidotes I can turn into anti-venoms, and then those anti-venoms I can turn into anti-venom pluses. So that's actually quite a bit of herb lore XP from those. Some alkables. Swamp tar, also more herb lore XP than actually making potions with some of the low tier herbs. Coconuts to protect my magic trees, and grapes for some cooking XP. And now it's time to get my points. Craft the Fang. Craft a Visage. Wearing that is a task. I'm gonna disassemble this Magic Fang since it's useless. That's a task. And finally, I somehow got these Dragon Darts somewhere, so putting these Dragon Darts into the blowpipe is yet another task. 800 points from 4 elite tasks just like that, on top of the 2 that I recently finished. The points really do start just flying in when you get to this later part of the league. As for these remaining items, I guess I might as well disassemble the Magic Fang. Has no use without Asgarnia or Kandarin, so that's definitely a disassemble. And, well, I don't think I need a second Visage or a second Fang, so I'll leave them just in case. You know, we saw what happened to the Rune Crossbow earlier on in the series, so just in case, I will leave them in the bank for now. Take a look at my skills tab for a section. Does anything pop out here? Yeah, that construction level in particular is looking kind of pitiful, isn't it? Which is funny because my cash stack is looking pretty healthy. And even if it wasn't, my alch tab is looking pretty good as well. So it's time to change that. Time to fill out this empty looking house a little bit. Well, here's a pleasant surprise. I was cutting some teaks for construction XP, almost done, and I saw a crystal impling flying by, and it had an elven signet. That's a 200 point task. Oh wow, I only thought it was a hard task. Wow, alrighty, what a pleasant surprise. Okie dokie, one more log, and that's 99 woodcutting. Not only is that 99 woodcutting for 200 points, but it's also just about enough logs, I believe, to get myself to 99 construction as well. And I was looking at the task list, and there's just so many tasks behind having a high construction level, so that should definitely put me a lot closer to rune rank. This here is called the quick plank making tech. You just set up your inventory in an intuitive way when I'm just constantly moving my mouse left to right. And you get all of these logs made it into planks really quickly. And quick as you like, 99 construction. But that's only 200 points, and there are still plenty of things I can build here around the house for even more points. So I'm starting off at 32,820 league points. I wonder just how many more I can get from taking advantage of my 99 construction. Alright, so it turns out that in order to build everything I want to build, I'm actually going to need a little bit more cash, but that's no problem because this high alch tab is looking very healthy. Lots of items in here that I can turn into lots of gold. So here's actually a fun little fact. This armor store in the blast furnace actually buys all these items at their high alch price. So instead of having to take the time to alch them, it's much faster to simply sell them to the store. So I'm going to sell basically everything that he's willing to buy over here and should increase my cash stack pretty significantly. Alright, I got myself all the items I need to complete all the tasks I want. And I will say it was kind of expensive, almost 30 mil spent on stuff, but I mean, it's just going to be so many points, and realistically beyond this point, I don't really need coins for that much more stuff, so definitely worth the investment. Time to cash in those points. And finally, there's the big one, accounting for nearly 25 of the 30 mil that I spent on materials, building a demonic throne. And it really is the big one. That's a master task for 400 points. And To be honest with you, I think the demonic throne is a bit much, but hey, you know what? It matches my kicks and my necklace, so it's thematic. But yeah, you can see that the chat box is just full of completed construction tasks. So that's, I believe, 1,360 points if I include the 99 construction as well. And while most of the stuff in this house isn't actually very useful, especially since a lot of it is made redundant with this Globetrotter pendant, still pretty cool to see. So now with 99 construction out of the way and a ton of points gained, I would like to see how much experience I can gain from a very big farm run. I'm starting at just over 6 million XP and I have a ton of trees to check, so let's see just how far that gets me. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. These ones are going to be the two big ones. Two fully grown, beautiful looking mahogany trees, each giving 250,000 farming XP. So that alone was enough to get up to 92 farming. Well, aside from that poor dead spirit tree, a very successful farm run. I got 2 levels, right around 1.5 million XP. Overall, very happy from that. These seeds that I got from Zulrah are definitely coming in handy for going for max. Alright, but that's enough skilling. I want to get back to trying to complete my ranged arsenal. I have 3 out of the 6 weapons I want, and the one that has been eluding me for the longest time now is still that Webweaver bow. I still have not gotten a crossbow from Revenants, so now it's just time to keep doing Slayer until I can get a freaking Revenant's task. Oh my, well, I have a bear's task and I decide to come fight Callisto and I could not ask for a better drop than 45 grimy dwarf weeds. These wilderness bosses are my last hope for getting Herblore XP, I think. I just realized that I don't need to worry about farming at all. These crystal trees are essentially buyable since I can buy crystal weapon seeds and trade them with Pennant for crystal acorns. And they only take 8 hours to grow, so I can do 3 a day, and they give base 13,000 XP, which with my current XP multiplier is 200,000 XP, and they don't get diseased, so honestly, kind of a no-brainer to put lamps into Herblore instead of farming. Can't believe I hadn't figured this out sooner. In most regions, the high-level skilling tasks are kind of difficult, but in the wilderness, finding a single runite ore is 200 points. I've come over here to the resource area because the last 3 achievement diaries that I have to do, fish and cook a dark crab, smith a rune scimitar from scratch, and cut and burn some magic logs, all take place here in the resource area. Oh yeah, and I completely forgot that smelting a runite bar is in itself a hard task, and smithing a rune item is a second hard task, so a casual 360 points just there. And with that, oh wow, cooking a dark crab is an elite task, as is completing the Elite Wilderness Diary. So I've come in here and I've gained, what, like 760 points in a few minutes? Probably the most point-dense area in the game, I would say. But yeah, all that to complete the Wilderness Elite Diary because, well, I have some work I need to do right now, and those dark crab spots in the resource area don't actually move, which makes them a super AFK fishing method, and with the Elite Diary completed, you have about double the catch rate as you do normally, which actually makes them faster XP per hour than Karambwans. So that's what I'm gonna do up until 99 fishing. And as recently discussed, slap that into Herblore, of course, for level 96. It seems close, but those last 3 levels are going to be quite difficult to make up. Well, I got an Abyssal Sire task, and finding a world was a lot easier than people were saying it would be. And I have to say, I've never done this boss before and I hate it. These mechanics suck. And it's just not very fun, but I figured it out pretty quick, and I don't know, it just seems to be a lot of damage getting spammed at you. But fortunately, this boss can be cheesed, just like that. I just absolutely love Undying Retribution. Hi there. It's been a few days since I've recorded anything. I've had some real life work to do. I know, yuck, real life work, nobody likes that. Time for a little walk and talk, you know, and just got some stuff to talk about. You guys ever had that as a kid? We used to have when it would rain outside and the teachers didn't want us getting all muddy in the grassy field. They said, oh, it's a walk and talk recess. No, you're not allowed to actually play. Recess is just walking and talking. Anyways, while I was doing my work, I got myself up to 95 fishing, 94 mining, 94 magic. Just a lot of skills that I could AFK real hard while doing my work. But yeah, so as you may have seen in the title of the video, this is the finale. This is going to be my last progress video for the Trailblazer Reloaded League. It's a bit unfortunate, but I just won't really have time past this point to play very much. Well, you know, with the holidays coming up and everything, I'm just going to be gone for a while. And it is sad because I really wanted to showcase all the weird stuff you can do in these uncommon regions, but, you know, sometimes real life just gets in the way of playing RuneScape. And I did have a lot of goals. I wanted to get my 6 dream ranged weapons, I wanted to get dragon rank, I wanted to max, but I think I'm just going to have to settle for about the second best in all of these things. I'm going to have to settle for 95 base stats, rune rank, and let's say get up to 2/3 of those weapons, which means I need one more ranged weapon and then I can say I went out with a bang. And although this is the last Trailblazer progress video, it's not going to be the last video of the year. There's 2 more coming. One is a short video on this channel, and one is just going to be a silly meme video on my second channel, Tipoyo2, which I will link in the pinned comment, and you should go subscribe there to watch that video as well. Also in January, along with the Snowflake series that I was planning, I'm also going to have a couple more Trailblazer videos. One is just going to be a short little data analysis video, and one is going to be a longer discussion video. Okay, but speaking of discussion, that's enough discussion for now. It's time to finish off the Abyssal Sire task. And there we have it, the first unsired 1 in 20. So it's not too rare. I'm hoping to get anything but a bludgeon piece. A dagger is 200 points, a pet would be 200 points, even a jar would be 200 points, so... Oh, I guess a whip would actually be... The whip would be the worst, so... One of those 3 that I listed, jar, dagger, pet, those would be fantastic. Well, this is going to be 50 KC at Abyssal Sire, which is not only its own league task, but also all of the combat achievements, 2 elite tasks for 400 points. In that 50 KC, I have managed to get the unsired, which is 1 in 20, only once. And for that reason, I have decided that I'm just gonna not finish this task here. It's really not worth going for. For now, I want to focus on getting one more weapon. I've gotten 3 of my dream ranged weapons so far this league, the Dark Bow, the Bow of Faradinin, and the Toxic Blowpipe. I want to add one more to here. The 3 remaining options are the Dragon Crossbow, the Webweaver Bow, which has been eluding me for a while now, and the Venator Bow. And I think I want to do the Venator Bow not only because it should be the least likely to get a dry streak on, but also just because I've actually never done Phantom Bow before, so why not take this opportunity to try something new? Alright, time to attempt yet another boss that I've never done before. Alright, so I feel like it's definitely easy when you have League's damage. Time to keep going until I get that Venator Bow. This boss seems like it's going to be a great source of combat achievement points. Maybe I can even get the hard tier done. That would be a 400 point task if I do. Oh well, that was nice and fast. 4 KC for Venator Shard, number 1. Only 4 more to go. So it seems that if you use your Undying Retribution, the Muspa just gets confused and stops attacking you. Damn, that would have been a good opportunity to do the achievement where you can't run. But I did do the achievement where you do 10 KC without leaving, which is why you see all this loot on the floor. Time to see how fast I can pick this all up. Although, to be honest, like, I really don't need most of this. Well, after a very cheesed task to do it without running, I get my second Venator Shard. At 15 KC, that's already 2 1 in 20 drops that fast. Much better than Sire, and I'm much happier for it. Also, I'm just trying to mark what tiles I need for the Space is Tight achievements, and I'm having a bit of trouble figuring out which ones those are. Okay, this should really get me that damn achievement. Okay, Muspa is surrounded by spikes on all sides. And it still doesn't! I don't understand. Okay, game, is this enough spikes for your liking? Are there enough spikes on the ground for you now? Oh my god, finally. I don't even know how one is supposed to get the perfect Muspa achievement, because that... that just seems impossible, to do that while walking and not taking any damage from anything. Suffice it to say, that's one combat achievement that I don't think I'll be going for. And that's Venator Shard number 3 at 45 KC. Still ahead of schedule. And not 2 KC later, I get Venator Shard number 4. Only 1 left to go. And there it is, Venator Shard number 5 at 54 KC. Which is extremely lucky, given that that is less than 11 KC per, even though that they are a 1 in 20 drop. And there we go. A beautiful 200 point task. There's another elite task to make a saturated heart, which requires an imbued heart and 150 ancient essence. Now I can actually grind these spare ancient icons into 5,000 essence each, which puts me at 86k, more than halfway there. If I get one more Venator shard, I can grind that into 50k essence, and then I'll be pretty much done. No. KC 55. Back-to-back Venator shards. Incredibly lucky at this boss. Okay. There seems to be some kind of bug. Can't attack the Muspa, and Muspa's not attacking me. Well, looking at me, but... Oh, I got an agility level. Well, I guess I'm not gonna get anything from that. And that puts me at 100,000 Ancient Essence, which means that is the last Muspa kill. Because I can grind this down into 50,000 Ancient Essence, and I can make myself one Saturated Heart, which is an elite task. Beautiful. That puts me just shy of 37,000 points, which means I need 5,020 to get to rune rank. And as good as my setup looks, I'm still missing something from it. I still don't have Ava's Assembler. Why don't I change that? I'm so silly. I made Dragon Bolts, but I can't actually use them with a rune crossbow. What was I thinking? Well, there it is. That is 400 points for completing the hard tier of combat achievements. And 52 seconds right off the bat. These enchanted bolts with the ranged relic really pop off. That was like 30 seconds. That was incredible. 38 seconds. Oh boy. I guess I might as well stay here and do the achievement that requires me to do 10 or 15 in one trip because, well, I mean, I have bankers, no, I have infinite supplies. I think I've done it. Oh my god, finally, of all the things, of all the combat achievements in this league, I wasn't expecting doing a singular Wook's Walk to be such a challenging one. Okay, this has gotta be some record. He's at 59 HP and he just used his first special attack. That has to be sub 30 seconds. No, 31 seconds. Damn, if he had used the acid attack instead of the freezing attack, it would have been. It would have been. Also, apparently there was an elite task to defeat him 15 times without leaving. Banknoters, stay winning. Crazy how once you get towards the end of the league, there's just so many things that you leave on the ground because you don't care. Like all this stuff here, it's like, I don't care, I'm not going to use them. I'm not going to alch all these things. Might as well just leave them on the ground. Well, this is going to be KC number 50, which means that this is the guaranteed Vorkath's Head drop. And a hard task for defeating him 50 times. There it is, I can use that to finally make myself an Ava's Assembler. But yeah, as you can see, I just kind of did this as one trip sort of thing, so there's a ton of text with all these items on the ground. And I only have 5 inventory spots left, so I can't take it all with me. Time to do some triage, I suppose. Alright, this is what I'm taking with me. Probably didn't need to pick any of that up, but yeah, the rest of this is going to disappear as soon as I hop over these ice chunks. Bye-bye, stuff. Okay, I feel like that's enough PVM for today. Time to relax a little bit and do some skilling. I have a ton of skilling supplies now. I have a little over 4,000 points left to go until rune rank. And I have a bunch of easy tasks that I can knock out here. 99 rune crafting, magic, fletching, fire making. They're all super close. So why not go and do all that? And of course, why not get Ava to make us an Ava's Assembler? Beautiful. And with that, I've gotten pretty much full best in slot ranged armor for my regions. That's really cool. That's quite an achievement. Oh, well, that's a surprise. I got level 110 combat from getting 94 prayer. I used up my wyvern bones from that one wyvern task, the dragon bones from, I guess, Zulrah and Vorkath, and of course the superior dragon bones from Vorkath. Got 87 to 94 prayer. And then of course I still have a bunch of those museum fossils, which I think I'm going to try to use up to get prayer XP. We'll see. Don't mind me, I'm just doing some skilling and not combat. Okay, I decided that since I already had 2 odium shards, I just wanted to come and get the third one real quick. And that was real quick. Only 20 KC. Not to mention the fact that this Thamaron Scepter was actually useful for something. I didn't expect to be using anything that isn't ranged, but Scorpia's range defense is so high that this was actually just the perfect tool for the job. It hits like over 50 combined with my Berserker Relic. This went really fast. Alright, time to combine these shards in the volcano and get myself this beautiful Odium Ward. Oh, that's an elite task. I only thought it was a hard task. Well, looks like getting that last shard was well worth the time. Also very interesting that I got all 3 Odium shards without getting a single Malediction shard, which, I mean, hey, you know what, works for me. I'm not using magic after this point. Alright, I decided I'm probably not going to do any more Slayers, so I might as well use up the last of my Laurent keys and hopefully get a piece of Dagenhai. That would be a task. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Dagenhai, Robe Top for 200. Oh wow, 200 points for a single piece. I am genuinely surprised at just how much some of these relatively quick wilderness tasks are worth. The fact that this is the least picked region of the league tells me that a lot of people have been sleeping on it. Well, I ran away without using up my last key and I got a duplicate Robe Top. That's pretty funny. I'm debating between 2 different looks for my fashionscape for the rest of the league. This is look A, and this is look B. I'm trying to rep all 3 of my regions, you know, have some pieces from each of them. And I'm trying to find out a good way to combine them. I think I'm going to settle on this. This looks pretty cool in my opinion. Okay, now it's finally time to do all those skilling tasks I was talking about. Well, I somehow managed to miss 99 fletching, which is a shame because that is my favorite skill cape in the game. And I can't even get it. Well, the time has come to finish the league, and I've decided that I want to go out with a bang. And what better do that than to just flood this chat box with achievement completions. I'm currently at just over 40,000 points, which means I need a little under 2,000 to get to rune rank, and I'm going to get them all at once by exchanging this 4,400 zeal that I have. Alright, I have exchanged all the necessary zeal to get my attack, strength, defense, and magic up to level 99. So when I close this interface, if my calculations are correct, as you can see, I was very careful with trading in this zeal. Sometimes my own spreadsheets confuse me. But when I close this interface, my calculations are correct. I should get 1,880 league points and boost myself all the way up into the rune rank. Let's see if I'm correct. Oh, yes. I am in fact now rune rank, and look at all of those tasks that I completed. 120 combat, base level 80, base level 90, base level 95, and then a bunch of 99s. 42,060 league points puts me into the rune rank. And I have a few more tokens left. What better way to end off this series? I think it would be quite fitting to end by opening some boxes. And maybe I get lucky and get the little creator pet. Let's see if it happens. Unfortunately, no little creator pet, but that's fine. Well, here we are at the end of the league. I just filled up my inventory with a bunch of random stuff, along with, of course, my beautiful looking fashionscape here. It is kind of sad too. It's a bittersweet point. Like, I'm really happy with all the achievements I got. 619 tasks completed, all the way up to rune rank. And I was just getting to the point on this account where like these tasks were just flying in, and I feel like I'm a little sad that I didn't get to do everything I wanted. I wanted to max. I wanted to just show off all the stuff in these regions. I wanted to get dragon rank. But unfortunately, I just won't have the time to keep making these videos. And so this is where my league's journey comes to a close. Overall, it was a super great league. I had such high expectations for it because I love the original Trailblazer so much. And it did not disappoint. It was really fun. It wasn't perfect though, and I will have a video in January discussing this league as a whole. But overall, I'm super happy with how it turned out. This league was also just super great for me as a relatively new RuneScape YouTuber. I've had significant channel growth over the past month. I managed to make 9 videos now, and it's been a lot of fun. And I think I've grown by nearly like 200 subscribers in the last month, which for me is just huge. Thank you all so much for taking your limited time out of your day to watch my videos. It really means a lot that people enjoy the things that I make. But for now, this is the last you'll be seeing of me for a little while, except there will be a short video on this channel and another short video on Tipoyo 2, so you should go subscribe over there to see that. But yeah, I just would like to say I'm super grateful for all of you who have taken the time to watch, who have left me positive comments. It really does mean a lot, and I'm just very grateful that you're all here watching this. Good luck with the rest of your league's journeys. I wish you all a happy holiday season, happy new year, and I will see you again in January. Take care, everyone.